Good morning. We will call the March 4th, 2026 DRC meeting to order. We'll start with roll call. Planning is present. Police.
Present.
Public Works.
Dale Smith, present.
Fire.
Jeremy Holderfield.
Building.
John Hanson.
All right, first item on the agenda is Wild Oaks Lot 7 access roads. Construction site plan second submittal. Gene Sanchez, project manager.
Good morning. I think you guys recall this. This is the access roads being proposed on the northern portion of Wild Oaks. They're proposing a private drive on the south, and I think it's public on the west. And I'm not sure what's going on in the east yet, but there will be some sort of connectivity. I didn't have any additional comments, so planning doesn't have anything. I think the other DRC members didn't have any additional comments either on the second submittal except for Public Works. It looks like I was told you had comments this morning. So I'll defer it to the applicant to see if they have any questions about your comments, Dale.
All right, the applicant's in attendance. Would like to discuss the comments you've received.
Yeah, we had questions, but to not hold up the DRC, Dale and I are just going to talk about it after. So thank you.
Right, they will meet offline. Any other questions or comments on this one? All right, planning has nothing else. Police.
No comment.
Public Works.
No comments.
Fire.
No comments, thank you.
Building.
I don't have anything.
Next item on the agenda is 4203 Hogs Head Construction Site Plan second submittal. It says Gene's project manager, but I believe it's June's project.
Good morning. This is the second submittal CSP for industrial development at 4203 Hogshead Road. Future land use is industrial, zoning is light industrial, and the total building area is for about 4,000 square feet of office and 30,000 square feet of open storage structure and outdoor storage of about 2 acres. And it's applicant is available for any questions.
All right, the applicant's in attendance. Do you have any items you'd like to discuss with the DRC?
There were only a handful of comments. I think Dale had 3 or 4 of them, so I just got an offline discussion with Dale.
Dale's the man today. All right, any further questions on this one? All right, planning has nothing else. Police.
I've got no comment.
Public Works.
No comments.
Fire.
No comments.
Building.
I don't have anything. Thank you.
Thank you. Next item, Apopka Phase 4 Soccer Fields Northwest Complex Construction Site Plan First Submittal. I am the project manager on this one. This is a plan for soccer fields at the Northwest Recreation Complex off adjacent Dwelly Parkway. It's a city project. Representative for the city is here to discuss the project. And, if you guys wouldn't mind coming up.
Chris Richter here with the Parks Department. Also have John Stockham here with CPH who did the design. So if there's any questions, I know we received comments back from Dale and Bobby. So we will address those and provide clarification as needed. But if there's any additional questions, feel free to let us know.
Does any member have any questions for the applicant on this one? All right, and as they mentioned, they received comments from Planning and Public Works, and we'll look for that and have a resubmittal on that. Planning has nothing additional other comments that were generated. Police.
I don't have any comments.
Public Works.
No additional comments.
Fire.
No comments, thank you.
And Building.
Nothing.
All
Thanks.
right, thank you, gentlemen. Thank you. Next item, Apopka Veterinary Clinic Construction Site Plan First Submittal. Amir Hamza, Project Manager.
Good morning, everyone. So this is an expansion of the existing veterinary clinic. It's a new 3,662 square feet building. The zoning for the property is mixed use downtown, and future land use is commercial. Staff and applicant are available for comments and questions.
All right, I believe the applicant's in attendance. Do you have any questions or comments for the DRC?
Yeah, my name is Greg Chatelaine. I'm with Chatelaine Engineering.
My name is Bennett Sebastian. I'm with Envision Development. We're applicant on behalf of the owner.
And I think most of my questions are in regards to for the planner or for technical for the engineer. I don't know if those guys are here.
Yeah, the planner is right here, and then the Public Works is right there.
Okay, so should we ask our like questions line by line right now, or do we save that for?
However you want to do it, or if you want to schedule a meeting offline, we can do that also.
What are your thoughts, Ben? What do you want to handle?
Well, I think the comment, there's quite a few comments that we have to address, so we don't want to take up everyone's time here going through that. Is there any overarching feedback that we need to be aware of at this point? Just the comments. Okay. Yeah. So then we probably need to schedule an offline meeting. We've had a couple of meetings already with planning and zoning. We've had a couple of meetings already with planning and zoning, so we can schedule another one to review these comments.
And we've had several phone calls working through this. So
Okay. And so for as far as the planning, who would be the main? I guess we have the context. We'll just stick with the main channels here. Planning at apopka.net to set that meeting up, or
if you'll set it up directly with me at dsmith@apopka.net.
okay, are you Dale?
Yes.
Okay, I saw Diane Valesco. Confused me. Gotcha. So you're the main point of contact we need to talk to. And I thought you were in engineering.
Well, I'm public works and engineering.
Engineering and public works.
The planner is behind you.
Got you. And so, Amir Hamza. Okay, nice to meet you, Amir.
Nice to meet you.
Amir Hamza. Okay.
Do we have your email address?
Yeah, it's AHAMZA at apopka.net.
Okay. Because I think you put the comments together.
Yes. I mean, we can discuss the comments here if you want. I mean, unless you want to
in front of the group.
Yeah, I mean, that's what every other development does.
is that
But
right?
Let's
if
just
you
do it
prefer,
then.
If you prefer, I mean, up to you guys. I mean,
We're here.
Yeah.
Might as well get it done.
All right. So these comments going to be addressed to you?
yes,
or-
yeah. Planning and zoning is to me, and then public services is to Dale.
Okay.
Okay, I don't know if you want me to take the lead or you
Yeah.
Okay. And then you can just chime in if you need to. Just tap me on the shoulder or whatever. All right. So yeah, the first one we had in planning and zoning, number 4. It said it needed a traffic impact analysis. Is that just? Do you just need like a trip generation to show how many trips per day, or are you needing like a traffic?
An actual analysis. Yeah.
Like a traffic report. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Because even FDOT wasn't even requiring that.
Something we require in the CSP for the city.
Okay. And then we talk about MUD, zoning is MUD, commercial. Okay, we'll skip that. Do you want to speak to the architectural elevations comment?
Yeah, it's asking for 4 elevations of the building, but when I went to the application site, it asked for color images.
Yeah, we need color with the color renderings of all the 4 sides of the architectural renderings.
When did you guys start doing that? Because we've always just provided black and white elevations that are on the architectural drawings.
I mean, it clearly states on the thing colored elevations.
I know, but like that's unusual, isn't it?
Not really.
Okay. It's not something that we normally provide, but we'll work on that.
Okay. So we talk about these. It talks about setbacks and the 0 build to line. In the pre-application, I don't know if y'all remember, but in the pre-application meeting, we said this is an existing building, right? So,
That's the existing building, but you're building an entirely new building there.
well, no, this is an existing building
that's an
also.
existing
Yes, sir.
building.
We're doing an
Oh,
addition
okay.
to it. So
So that yeah, when I looked
Gotcha.
at the site plan, it didn't. Yeah, it looked like
Understood.
It looked because if you go on the
does it let me
different
scroll
sheet-
or no? Can I scroll?
Uh,
Oh wait, that's just a little bit of lag. I think it's doing it.
yeah, so if you see, it looks like because you the way
Understood.
you average, like it looked like an entirely new building.
I got you.
So because it's an existing, it's grandfather. As long as it
Yes,
doesn't
sir.
go over 50% of the value, then okay, it should be.
50% of the value. What's that?
If it doesn't go over, if the building itself the value of the building doesn't go over 50%
Of the existing?
then you can keep your grandfather.
I think it's gonna probably go over.
Yeah, I mean, we've had this meeting already a couple of times with planning and zoning, and it was determined that we did not need to comply with that because it's an existing building.
Yeah, I do remember it was we had that meeting, and yeah, if it's an existing build, like I said, if it's an existing building, then you shouldn't have to. But I mean, from what
I think what he's asking for is our code has a non-conforming section in it, and you need to demonstrate that you are in compliance with that. You need to prove it's upon the applicant. The burden of proof is always on the applicant to prove you meet the codes. So you need to demonstrate that you're not exceeding 50% of the value of the structure. If you are, then you have to meet current codes.
And what's the code? Do you know the code reference on that
It's in Chapter 8.
Chapter 8? Okay.
Code's available online for you to look at.
Do you have any other comments on that, Ben, or questions as far as on that?
I mean,
No.
we've had a couple of meetings. I mean, we had this meeting before we did all the building design, and we were told that we were okay, and that's why we progressed with the building design the way it is, and that was, a 3-month process that we'd have to start all over again.
Yeah, because that's my concern is the 50% value, right? If you look at the existing building, yeah, because y'all didn't share that in the pre-application meeting. It was just,
I control it with the iPad. What sheet do you need?
what's that?
What sheet do you need?
Oh, it's on, just looking at CO3 and CO4.
Okay.
Because if you look at our existing building right there, it's a little small building, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that little building's going to remain. That little building's going to remain, but it's going to be expanded. You can tell just looking at it, and then the expansion, right? And then go down to the next sheet, please. It's the new building is 3 times as big as the existing. So
I recall from the meeting that you guys were going to keep the existing building and then build a new building. You weren't going to add on to the existing building. That was what I remember from our pre-app meetings.
yeah,
I
no,
remember that too.
this was always the plan from
It
the
was
start.
always, yeah, it
Yes,
was
sir.
always the plan.
We're going to keep this building right here in the middle, and then we have that little building. If you go back one sheet to the demo sheet, we're going to keep that little existing building and add on to it. That was always the plan.
Well, I think what you need to do is show what the value of the new building is and what the value of the existing building is,
Mhm.
and then we'll take a look at it from there.
Okay. And if it's over that 50, will y'all still consider working with us?
We'll have to look and see what the code says, but provide that.
Okay.
And then during the resubmittal, we'll work with it. on
Gotcha. So we'll have to look into the value
We already got the.
of the existing and then the proposed building, and then try to make our case. Correct setback, and then you said something about a setback needing to be corrected for number 9. If you can pull up the site plan, please. The next sheet. Which setback? The setbacks over. It's over on the. We show setbacks here. Then we also show them in this.
No, it's not the site. It's just the site data table.
Oh, the site data needs to be updated to match. Maybe there was an error.
Yeah.
Okay, just that simple.
It's not the building itself. Yeah. The building itself, previously it was like to the front, but because it's
Gotcha. And then you asked for a parking plan, but the site plan
Yeah.
shows the parking.
No, it's like, do you see there's a parking information? You have
requirements.
to mention on that part that it's a parking plan. As our
Oh.
code requires it, you have to change the name to parking plan.
Oh, really? Okay, so change the site plan to parking plan in the
No,
in the
no,
type
no,
line.
no, not side. Just the parking section here.
Okay.
You would have to create a new sheet, basically, instead
wow.
of putting it all in one page. Put in a new sheet with probably the same site, but then you'd have to mention that as a parking plan.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah.
Ensure the ADA spaces are van accessible. That shouldn't be a problem, right? We just have it's a normal 12 by.
Yeah, no, you just have to mention that it's van accessible.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
not a problem. And then terminal parking islands are required. We did provide that.
Where?
And if you look at the landscape plan too, did we submit a landscape?
You haven't ordered it. Oh no, we haven't.
It's
finished.
done. Yeah, it's completed, but I'm not sure if I was
We're
probably
waiting for the
late.
lighting
Yeah, it
plan.
was late. Gotcha. So yeah, we're gonna submit a landscape plan. We're gonna have island here, island here, island
Yeah,
here.
when I look at this, it doesn't look like islands. So
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's an island. That's an island there.
No, I mean like a detail. It just looks like there's no detail to it, so it's like they couldn't tell that it's an island.
Gotcha. But is that acceptable for what you see? Landscape's gonna go there, there at the end of every parking row.
I mean, you're gonna have to show that it's an actual island.
Yes, sir. And how you want to show that by? You want a note, or you mean just by the landscape plan?
By basically like showing like a bordering, showing that it's like kind of like how a traffic island looks like. Not just it just looks like you're just gonna drive into grass. There's nothing bordering the asphalt from the grass.
You mean like curb? You want to see
curb?
curb?
Yeah, we
Okay.
need to see a curb. Yeah.
Curb for the island.
Yeah, curbs for the island.
Okay. All right. So you said an off-street loading berth.
Yeah, like a loading bay.
A loading bay. Is that like have to be like a parking? Could it be like just take a parking space and call it a?
I mean, the truck is gonna have to maneuver maneuver the space where the loading is gonna be. I mean, you can't just
Gotcha.
use like a car parking as a loading.
Loading for what?
Like a truck loading, like a truck's loading, things out of the truck and into the building.
For
So
medical
we
water?
may
So
we may
the
have to add a
question is,
space right here.
are you guys going to have semi trucks delivering
No, it's
things?
a
How does it
veterinary
work?
clinic.
Okay, so if you aren't going to have that, then you need to state in your response letter you're not going to
Okay,
have
so
that.
none provided.
Okay.
Add note. Okay, I think the rest was pretty on that page was self-explanatory. Is anybody here from fire? Okay, how you doing? Good morning.
Good. How you doing?
Good. So I just wanted to touch on these comments. If we can, do you mind going to C07, sir? Yes, so there's C06. So and then C07. So you asked about the hydrant. So if you zoom in a little bit, we are providing a fire hydrant. Yeah, you can see it over there. We need to put a call out on there, but do you see the new proposed hydrant right there, right to the right of?
I just spoke with Dale on it. Dale showed me where it's at.
Okay.
It wasn't labeled.
Yeah.
And the fact that it's not labeled is why I didn't
Yes,
see
sir.
it. So labeling it would go a long ways in the future. But
Yes, sir. We'll add it on there. Yes, sir.
all right.
And then so there's that square footage of the new building, and if you zoom out, go back one sheet. We have if you don't mind zooming out some. So in the bottom of the sheet, we have the needed fire flow calc. If you scroll down. And so we base the fire flow calcs off the largest building on the site, which that's my understanding of NFPA is based off the largest building on the site for needed fire flow.
Mhm.
And so that's what we based it off of. Is that are you in agreement with that?
So what your largest square foot building is 36, I guess is what you're telling me. What is the existing 2-story building along with the new portion that's being attached? What's going to be your total square footage for those combined?
Got you. That's the 3,662.
So that is those two combined.
That's correct. Yeah, we also show that on the site plan too.
Okay, cool. All right,
Yep.
that's what I wanted to see. The other issue I have is your auto turn. You guys used a 33-foot fire truck, I think. And I
Got you.
commented on there that you guys need to use a 47.65-foot fire truck.
Yes,
So you're
sir.
going to need to go back and get that redone for me.
Gotcha. Now, just for the record, now I did look at my emails this morning. Like, where did I get that information from for this fire truck? And so originally you had sent me the specs on the smaller fire truck.
I sent you the specs of multiple.
Oh, multiple.
Yeah, and in that page we use a tower truck. So you used our pumper, which is a 33-foot fire truck, which is what we do have, but we go by our largest truck, which is our tower truck.
Okay.
So in that contractor reference guide that I sent you, you had both in there.
Gotcha. I'll look in it again, see if I can figure it out. If not, I'll just shoot you an email.
That's fine, no problem.
Thank you, sir. All right, now we're getting into the fun stuff, the transportation and engineering. So it says need stormwater calculations. Did you not? Hey,
Okay, there wasn't a place in the application for stormwater calculations to be uploaded, so I just upload that as a separate.
here, Ben, go ahead.
There should have been a section on there to upload. Every application has stormwater reports. Should be a section for that under attachments.
Okay, I mean I filled out. I mean I added everything that was available, but is there like an extra attachment?
No, it should be in the required.
Yeah, just upload it into your into the portal. That's all you got to do.
In the required attachments, unfortunately, it says stormwater and geotech, and about half the time people put the geotech and they forget to put the
Oh, okay,
stormwater
maybe that's
in.
what it was.
Okay, well we'll make sure to get that uploaded and get that to you. Then let's see. I saw that you were asking for a 12-inch turn down on the edge of concrete parking adjacent to the pond. What is that? What is that in reference to?
Well, your sheet flowing off of your parking lot into your pond, you're going to have erosion if you've just got the edge of the slab.
Mhm.
Your owner's not going to like you 2-3 years from now.
Gotcha. So you want to see like a curb with a flume?
Well, you don't have to do a curb if you just put a turn down like you would on ditch paving, so that the water that runs off doesn't eat out from under the ditch paving.
Okay, I may follow up with you on that
Okay.
to get some clarification on that. Under drain detail. So it says the under drain detail does not work with the pond liner detail.
Okay, you need to look at your 3 details on the under drain and look at the dimensions. The dimensions don't work, so you need to just clean those 3 details up.
Okay, and maybe I could follow up with you, get some
Yeah.
clarification on that. And then you asked the dimension between the skimmer and the outlet box.
Yeah, I want to know how far the skimmer is standing off of the outlet box. There was a young man who did a presentation years ago, and he took 100 developments and he measured the skimmer dimensions. He measured the outlets that the engineers modeled. And you know what was the control? The skimmer, because most people had their skimmers too close to the box. They didn't allow the water into the box. So this is why there's not a dimension there. I don't know if it's 3 inches or 3 feet.
Okay. All right. Do you have a preference as far as what you'd like to see around?
You need to look at, you need to figure out how much, I mean, 12 inches is, I think, a minimum. And for
Yeah.
this small site, that would probably work. If you had a larger stormwater pond, you know, you may want more area between the skimmer and the box so you can get the volume of water to feed the box.
That makes sense. All right. And then outlet piping is 12 inches of cover. I'll look at that. Now, I did see a question. Where's the dumpster? I think in the pre-app meeting we said we were going to do rollout trash cans. That was the
Okay, then I may have missed that.
yeah. That was my understanding. Was they were going to do rollout.
How does, if this is a veterinary clinic, how does like waste and medical waste and stuff get dealt with? You just put it in the garbage can, or how's that going to work?
I can't speak on that. I'm just the contractor, but typically they have bio waste companies like Stericycle or something like that come in and pick up biomedical waste.
But does that sound acceptable to do? Like a bio waste medical company comes pick up the bio waste, and then paper trash or regular household items can just go in a rollout trash can. Does that sound acceptable?
I'll get with head of our sanitation division and find out how they handle all their commercial accounts, and I'll get back with you.
Thank you, sir. Then talking about fire alarm.
You've got a very poor drafting effort in that corner where you have all the meters and things. You've got arrows pointing to things that aren't there. So it's I would blow it up, do a detail off on the side, and the way the dash lines were that ran past the fire hydrant, it almost looked like the fire hydrant was going to your meters. And that's a 2-inch service line that you're coming off of, and you're coming off with a 1-inch line, and then you're tying it into the existing building, and then you're stepping up to your new building with a 1.5-inch line. That doesn't make sense. You go from a 2 to a 1 to a 1.5.
If you don't mind, can we pull up that utility plan real quick? I don't know off the top of my head. We'll have to scroll through. Probably the sheet after this one, C07. Yep, there it is. If you don't mind, can we zoom in? Yep, and go up a little bit, please. All right, so we have an existing 2-inch water meter, which we're just gonna, we're gonna, I think, bypass that meter. May have to do a new meter. So we have a 2-inch line coming in. Put a new meter with a backflow preventer. Go into the expanded building over there, and then we have our existing building. The existing smaller building in the central, the one more to the east, and that one is that's the 1.25.
Right, it's a 1.25. But if you look,
Or no, it's a 1 inch. It's a 1 inch. That's the 1 inch.
We can look at this later, but if you look, you've got a 2 by 2 by 1 T, which tells me you've got a 1-inch line going to your meter, and then coming out of it, you're tying into the existing building, and then you're going to your new building with a 1.5-inch. So you just need to clean that up just to make sure you're getting the water to the building that you think you're getting.
Gotcha. Yeah, the 1 inch is just for the existing building. So we have the 1 inch, and then the 1.25 is going to the 1.25 is going to the proposed building.
Right.
And then the 1 inch is going to the existing.
But you're coming off the 2-inch line with a 1-inch line, and I think you need to look at that. And that's a 1-inch line. You're at the very end of the service. Just make sure you're giving your client the water that they need for the clinic.
Okay. All right. So we'll look into all that and double check, make sure everything is correct on that. And then lift station calcs. Did you receive a lift station report for the
No,
sanitary?
I did not receive a lift station
That was
report.
one of the things you submitted to me.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll get that uploaded.
Okay. So lift station calcs, and then for the pump, I have that in the drainage report. That's why you didn't see that. So there's two different. There's a
Okay.
lift station report for the sanitary, and
Right.
then the other one is in the back of the drainage report. Let's see. And now, as far as FDEP, are y'all, since it's a single service, are y'all okay with like a FDEP self-certify for?
If you want to self-certify, that's fine.
Okay, sounds good. That's what we'll go with. Yeah, that's all I have for now. And then, are these all your comments?
Yeah, these are all of my comments. You sort of skipped over the lift station. It's something that has not been enforced in quite a few years, but you need to follow the design because our design criteria says in the very start of it, that's why I reprinted it, that it's good for public and private lift stations, which means you can't have a chain link fence enclosure around it. Yeah,
Okay, so I need to look at the code for
you need to
lift
look at our
station.
code for that.
Okay. And then one more thing was we had received this letter. We had received this other day. I don't know how this they put this in the portal, didn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It was on March 2nd for the some comment notes, but it only had like planning in there, didn't have the engineering. And then we got this separate email with this.
That was from me, the separate email.
I was wondering, is there going to be like a combined like a letter with everything in there all together?
The problem is you normally get a combined letter if I get my work done on time.
Yeah.
I typically don't get my work done on time.
Okay.
That's why I post it after they close it out, and I
Gotcha.
always send an email out.
Okay, but we got everything. That's everything in there.
You've got comments from the first submittal.
Yep.
And I looked at all of that, and these are comments based on your second submittal.
Okay, sounds like we're good.
Two more questions for you. I apologize.
Yes, sir.
Something that hit me with the size of the building you're talking being over 50%. You do realize it's a two-story structure you're connecting to. That would trigger the two-story structure and the entire building to be sprinkled due to the fact that that's a two-story structure. That's city ordinance. So that's something that we need to look into and to consider. And also, overnight stay for animals. Are you guys considering that?
No.
Okay. So anything with overnight stay for animals will trigger fire alarm. So just as a heads up.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So the city ordinance for sprinkling, do you know where that's at in the
It's in our
code?
Municode.
Okay.
You can pull up our city Municode and shouldn't have a problem finding it. But it's on there and it talks about basically any applicable building 7,500 square feet or more gross area or 2 stories more in height are required fire sprinkler protection for commercial structures. And that you're attaching another building that's going to be over 50%. It's going to require that building to be sprinkled because of that reason.
Gotcha. So is it just the building, the bigger building, or both buildings?
Once you attach the building, it becomes one. So you're going to have to sprinkle the entire thing.
Gotcha. But what about the other one, the one that's in the middle?
If it's not connected,
Don't worry about that one.
So,
Yeah.
if it's under 7,500 if it's under 7,500 square feet and all single story, it does not need to be sprinkled.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we might, if we're having to redesign the building, we might just eliminate this two-story building altogether.
Whatever works. I just wanted you to be aware of our muni code for sprinklers, and that way you weren't caught by surprise on that. So.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Yep.
Any other questions?
No, that's all I have.
Thank you very much.
All right. Does
you
anybody
for
from
your time,
DRC have anything else to add? All right. Planning has nothing else other than comments that were generated. Police,
I've got nothing.
Public Works,
No other comments.
Fire,
No comments. Thank you.
and Building.
I don't have anything.
All right. Thank you. Next item is Sheeler Park Major Development Plan. Third submittal. June is the project manager.
Okay, so this is the third submittal of major development plan of single-family housing subdivision located at 1920 Shore Avenue. The total size of the property is about 40 acre, and the development includes 115 single-family residential lots. Planning has no significant comments. Some comments has to be addressed before the CSP and applicant is available for any questions.
All right. I believe the applicant's here in attendance. Do you have any questions or comments for the DRC? None. Okay. All right. Planning has nothing else. Police.
I don't have anything.
Public Works,
Don't have anything.
Fire,
No comments, thank you.
Building.
I don't have anything. Thank you.
June. The next item is variance or vacation, I'm sorry, of right-of-way easement. First submittal at 1112 Shopkey Lester Road. I'm the project manager on this one. The applicant's representative is here. You received comments from the city. Is there anything you would like to discuss?
Morning, DRC members. Jonathan Hewells, 215 North Eula Drive, Orlando 32801. Here to answer any questions you might have. The only comments we did receive was from planning, and we're going to work on getting a quick response to those and hope to get on hopefully the next city council agenda.
Okay.
But happy to provide any further explanation, but it's just a petition to vacate of a historic right-of-way from a plat from a very long time ago that's never been improved. And it really bifurcates the property, the ownership of the property. So it's the idea being is to vacate it and unify the ownership of that entire property that's under single ownership today.
Okay. Does anybody have any questions on this one? Okay. All right. Planning has nothing other than comments that were generated. Police,
I don't have anything.
Public Works.
Actually, I had a question, but they didn't come out quick enough.
Sure.
I thought you were vacating the entire right of way from Shopski, so you're not doing that first part.
We're not doing that first part.
So
It's just one landowner that owns all the tax parcels adjacent to this section of the petition to vacate.
Okay.
So the remainder from the yellow line towards Shopkey will remain as public right of way.
And this is one that I have not gone out and looked at. Is there a dirt road, a roadway in the park that's going to remain open to service the other
Within
park?
this section?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. If it's never been open, then I don't have any objections then.
Okay.
Question then, how would this property be accessed if the right of way or the front is still there? How would they access it after the vacation?
So there's an access point currently. Bobby, I don't know if this mouse works. Here, across these properties, and the owners do have
Like an easement?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, like I said, the right of way's never been improved in any portion of it. This access road does cross up here. The access road does cross into the portion of the right of way, but it's not improved to any city standard. It's a dirt track.
All right, Dale, any further questions?
No other questions.
Okay. Fire,
No comments, thank you.
Building.
Nothing. Thanks.
All right, we will look for the resubmittal and go from there. All right. Okay. Any items for discussion? Hearing none, we're adjourned.